What if the way you've been sleeping your entire life is slowly damaging your brain and spine, and you have no idea it's happening? What if tonight, right there in your own bedroom, you're making a choice that's quietly stealing oxygen from your brain, compressing nerves you can't feel yet, and setting you up for pain you'll wake up with tomorrow or next month or next year? And what if I told you that after 70, this isn't just about waking up stiff anymore, it's about something far more serious that most doctors never connect to sleep position until it's already causing real damage? My name is Dr. Richard Ben, and I've been practicing medicine for over 22 years, specializing in neurology and spinal health. And the reason I'm making this video today is because of how many seniors I've seen suffer from chronic pain, balance problems, even cognitive decline, who had every warning sign for years and never knew that the position they sleep in was part of the cause. Not the only cause, but a significant contributing factor that nobody ever told them to change. Today, I'm going to change that for you. Just 3 weeks ago, I sat down with a patient, a 73-year-old woman, active, independent, proud of her health. She came in complaining of neck pain, morning headaches, and what she described as brain fog that wouldn't lift until noon. We ran tests. We checked her medications. Everything looked manageable. Then I asked her one question: how do you sleep at night? She told me she'd been a stomach sleeper since childhood. 55 years, same position every single night. Within 2 weeks of changing her sleep position and following the plan I'm going to share with you today, her morning headaches disappeared. Her neck pain dropped by 60%. Her words, not mine. She told me she felt like she'd gotten her mornings back. So today, I want to show you exactly what I showed that patient: the worst sleeping positions after 70, why they're damaging your brain and spine in ways you can't see yet, and the one position that protects both while you sleep. Most people believe that how you sleep is just personal preference. You go to bed, you find a comfortable position, you wake up. If it feels fine, it must be fine. I understand why people think that. For decades, that's what most patients told me too. They said, I've slept this way my whole life and I'm fine. And maybe they were fine at 30, at 40, even at 50. But what I've learned, what I see confirmed in my office every single week, is that after 70, your body stops forgiving the positions it used to tolerate. Your spinal discs have less fluid. Your vertebrae have less cushioning. Your brain needs more oxygen during sleep, not less. And certain positions that millions of seniors are using right now, are working directly against all of that. The American Academy of Sleep Medicine estimates that over 40% of adults over 70 sleep in positions that compress the cervical spine, restrict airflow, or reduce circulation to the brain during the night. That's over 15 million people in the United States alone, lying down every single night in a position that's quietly causing harm they won't connect to sleep until the damage is already measurable. The good news: changing your sleep position costs nothing. It requires no equipment, no medication, no doctor visits. But first, you need to know what to look for and why it matters. So let's get into it. Sleeping position number 5. And this one is more common than you think: sleeping flat on your back with no pillow or a pillow that's too thin. My patients almost always tell me, I don't like my head propped up. I want my neck flat and straight. And yes, that might feel neutral when you first lie down. But I always ask them, when you wake up, does your lower back hurt? Because if the answer is yes, we need to talk about what's actually happening. When you sleep flat on your back with inadequate head support, your lumbar spine, the lower curve of your back, loses its natural support. Think of your spine like a suspension bridge with cables holding it in perfect tension. When the head isn't elevated slightly, it's like removing one of the anchor points. The whole structure has to compensate. Your lower back arches more than it should, your muscles stay semi-engaged all night trying to stabilize, and you wake up with that deep ache in your lower back that takes 20 minutes of moving around to loosen. Research published in the Journal of Orthopedic Research found that people who sleep flat on their back with no pillow support experience 31% more lumbar muscle tension during sleep compared to those with proper cervical alignment. 2 habits I recommend for this one. First, if you sleep on your back, use a pillow that keeps your head elevated about 3 to 4 inches, roughly the height of your fist, not higher, not flat. Second, place a small pillow or rolled towel under your knees. This simple adjustment maintains your lumbar curve naturally and takes all the compensatory strain off your lower back while you sleep. Sleeping position number 4, and this is where things start affecting your brain directly. Sleeping on your stomach with your head turned to one side. I hear this constantly. Patients tell me it's the only way I can fall asleep. I've done it for 40 years. It feels comfortable, and I understand that. But here's what's happening that you can't feel in the moment. When you sleep on your stomach, you have to turn your head 90 degrees to one side just to breathe. Your neck stays rotated like that for 6, 7, 8 hours. Think of your neck like a garden hose. When it's straight, water flows freely. When you twist it and hold it twisted for hours, flow gets restricted. That's exactly what happens to the vertebral arteries that run up through your cervical spine into your brain. Those arteries supply about 20% of your brain's blood flow. When your neck is rotated for extended periods, especially after 70 when those arteries are already narrower from decades of wear, you're reducing oxygen delivery to your brain during the exact time your brain is supposed to be recovering and clearing waste. A study from the National Institute of Neurological Disorders found that sustained neck rotation during sleep reduces vertebral artery blood flow by up to 18% in adults over 65. That might not sound like much, but over months and years, that reduced oxygen contributes to morning brain fog, slower mental processing, and even balance issues during the day. 2 habits for this one. First, if you're a stomach sleeper, start transitioning to side sleeping by placing a body pillow in front of you. It mimics the stomach down pressure, but keeps your spine neutral. Second, if you absolutely must sleep on your stomach for now, alternate which side you turn your head to each night. Left side one night, right side the next. It's not ideal, but it prevents one-sided compression from becoming permanent. Sleeping position number 3, and this one stops being just uncomfortable and starts becoming genuinely dangerous. Sleeping on your side with your arm under your pillow or under your head. Almost every side sleeper I meet does this. They tell me it feels natural, like they're cradling their head. And yes, it might feel secure. But I always ask them, do you wake up with tingling in your fingers? Numbness in your hand that takes minutes to shake off? Because if the answer is yes, you're compressing the brachial plexus, the network of nerves that runs from your neck down into your arm and hand. Think of those nerves like electrical wires running through a narrow tunnel. When you sleep with your arm under your head, you're putting your full body weight on that tunnel for hours. The wires get pinched. Signals can't get through. You wake up with that pins and needles feeling, and most people just shake it off and assume it's normal. It's not normal. It's nerve compression. And after 70, when nerve recovery is slower and cumulative damage adds up faster, this habit can lead to chronic nerve pain, reduced grip strength, and even permanent numbness if it continues for years. Research published in the Journal of Clinical Neurology found that repetitive nocturnal nerve compression increases the risk of peripheral neuropathy in seniors by 27% over a 10-year period. 2 habits I recommend. First, when you sleep on your side, keep both arms in front of your chest, never under your pillow. Use a thicker pillow to support your head so you don't feel the need to prop it up with your arm. Second, place a pillow between your knees. This keeps your hips aligned, takes pressure off your lower back, and prevents you from rolling forward onto your arm during the night. Sleeping position number 2, and this is where things get seriously dangerous for your spine. Sleeping in a recliner or propped up at a 45-degree angle in bed for the entire night. I see this often with seniors who have acid reflux, sleep apnea, or just find it easier to breathe when elevated. And yes, elevation can help with those issues short term. But when you sleep semi-upright for 7 or 8 hours, night after night, you're putting enormous compression forces on your lower lumbar discs. Think of your spine like a stack of shock absorbers in a car. When you're standing or lying flat, the weight is distributed evenly. When you're bent forward at 45 degrees for hours, it's like driving over a speed bump and holding the compression. All the weight of your upper body presses down on the L4, L5, and S1 vertebrae at the base of your spine. Those discs are already thinner and less hydrated after 70. This position accelerates disc degeneration and can lead to chronic sciatica, the shooting pain down your leg that so many seniors assume is just age but is actually positional damage. A study from the Spine Journal found that people who sleep in reclined positions for more than 4 hours per night experience 34% faster lumbar disc height loss over 5 years compared to those who sleep flat. If you have reflux or breathing issues that require elevation, there's a safer way. 2 habits for this one. First, elevate the entire bed from the head end, not just your torso. You can use bed risers or a wedge under the mattress to create a gentle 10 to 15 degree incline. This keeps your spine straight while still helping with reflux and breathing. Second, if you must use a recliner occasionally, limit it to 2 to 3 hours maximum and then transition to a bed with proper spinal support. Your lungs might prefer the recliner, but your spine will pay the price if you make it a permanent habit. I want to pause here for just a moment. Have you been sleeping in any of these positions? Have you noticed neck pain, back pain, tingling hands, morning headaches, or brain fog that doesn't lift until late morning? If the answer is yes, even to one of those, go to the comment section right now and type the word sleep. Just sleep, capital letters. That's all I need. I read every single comment on this channel. Everyone, I want to know how many people are experiencing this right now because it tells me what content you need next. And if you're finding this useful, hit the like button right now. It takes 1 second and it tells YouTube to show this to more seniors who need it. And now for the #1 worst sleeping position after 70. And this one genuinely shocks people when I explain it because so many believe it's the healthiest option. Sleeping on your side with your head elevated too high on multiple pillows. Patients tell me all the time I sleep on my side because I heard it's the best position. I use 2 or 3 pillows to stay comfortable. And yes, side sleeping is generally good. But when your head is propped so high that your neck is bent upward at a sharp angle, you're doing the exact opposite of what your cervical spine needs. Think of your neck like a radio tower with support cables. When it's aligned straight, the cables hold it effortlessly. When it's bent to one side for hours, one set of cables is overstretched, the other is compressed, and the whole structure is under strain. That's what happens when you sleep on your side with too many pillows. Your head tilts upward, your neck bends sideways, and the muscles on one side of your neck have to work all night to keep you stable. You wake up with a stiff neck, reduced range of motion, and over time, this leads to cervical misalignment that can pinch nerves, cause chronic headaches, and even contribute to dizziness and balance problems during the day. Research from the Cleveland Clinic found that improper cervical alignment during sleep increases the risk of tension headaches by 41% and contributes to age-related balance disorders in adults over 70. The danger isn't just physical pain. When your neck is misaligned, the flow of cerebrospinal fluid, the fluid that clears waste from your brain during sleep, gets disrupted. Your brain can't detoxify as efficiently. Waste products like beta amyloid, the protein linked to Alzheimer's, don't get cleared as effectively. This isn't just about waking up with a sore neck. This is about long-term brain health. 2 habits for this one. First, if you sleep on your side, use 1 pillow, and it should be just thick enough to keep your head in line with your spine. If you drew a straight line from the top of your head to your tailbone, it should be perfectly straight, not angled up or down. Second, check your pillow every 6 months. Pillows compress over time. If yours has flattened, replace it. Your neck alignment depends on it. Let me tell you about Maria, 71 years old, retired teacher, a woman of routines. She had been sleeping on her side with 3 pillows stacked under her head since her 50s when she developed neck pain for the first time. She thought more support meant more comfort. When she came to my office, she told me she woke up every single morning with a headache that started at the base of her skull and radiated forward. She also mentioned dizziness when she stood up too quickly and a feeling she described as mental cloudiness until midday. I asked her to walk me through her sleep setup in detail. 3 pillows, side sleeping, head tilted upward at roughly 30 degrees every night for over 15 years. We didn't prescribe medication. We didn't order imaging right away. We adjusted her sleep position first. 1 medium firm pillow, head aligned with spine, a pillow between her knees for hip support. Within 3 weeks, her morning headaches were gone. Within 6 weeks, the dizziness stopped. She told me, and I'll never forget this, she said, I didn't realize how much of my day I was spending just waiting to feel normal. Now I wake up normal. That's the power of sleep position. It costs nothing. It requires no prescription. It just requires information. And now you have it. So, here's what we've covered. Sleeping flat with no support damages your lower back. Sleeping on your stomach restricts blood flow to your brain. Sleeping with your arm under your head compresses nerves. Sleeping semi-upright in a recliner accelerates spinal disc degeneration. And sleeping on your side with too many pillows misaligns your neck and disrupts brain waste clearance. 5 positions. Millions of seniors using them every single night. And I want to be honest with you about something. One of the hardest parts of my job is sitting across from a senior who has had chronic pain, headaches, brain fog, and balance problems for years, and is only just now finding out that something as simple as sleep position was part of the cause. Not because they didn't care. They care deeply about their health. They just didn't have the information. You now have that information, and I want you to do one thing with it. Just one thing. Tonight, before you go to bed, look at your pillow setup. Look at how you've been sleeping, and make one adjustment. If you sleep on your stomach, try side sleeping with a body pillow. If you use 3 pillows, try 1. If you sleep in a recliner, elevate your whole bed instead. One change tonight. That's all. Don't wait until the pain gets worse. Don't wait until the headaches become daily. Don't wait until the numbness in your hands becomes permanent. You worked hard for the life you have, for your independence, your health, your ability to do what you love. Don't let something as preventable as poor sleep position take any of that from you just because nobody told you it mattered. Now you know. If you found this useful, share this video on Facebook right now. Tag someone you care about, a family member, a friend, a neighbor who's over 60. You might be giving them the answer to pain they've been living with for years and didn't know had a solution this simple. And if you want more conversations like this one, I post a new video every week on topics that matter for your health after 60. Subscribe and bring someone you love along with you. Next week, I'm covering the 5 warning signs in your legs that could mean poor circulation and how to reverse it naturally without medication. You won't want to miss it. I'm Dr. Richard Ben. Your health is your independence. Protect it. I'll see you in the next video.